So my intention is not to be mean in this video, but I just want to be authentic. Now, I'm going to share with you a property that I actually already told you about in September. I want to give you an update because it was on the market for a long time. In September, it hit the market in February, and it just sold in the middle of January of this year. So it was on the market for 11 months. So the reason why I say I don't mean to be mean in this video, that's not my intention, but as a seller, this is exactly what you don't want to do. Now, this property, if you remember, if you saw that video, was on the market, and what I brought up about this video that was interesting is the backyard. You actually have views of 2 soccer fields because the neighbors behind this house actually have some connection, I guess, in terms of soccer royalty. One of the neighbors used to play with Pele, so I thought it was pretty interesting. Now I'm going to actually take you inside this house today so you can see, because I was actually able to befriend the general contractor that's been hired by the buyer of the property. So to make a long story short, let's take you through it, and then I'll go over the numbers and why I think it was a bad thing to do as a seller if you want to sell your house for as much as possible in the shortest amount of time. So as you can see here, they've bought it and they're doing some work on the property, and we're going to walk you through here, but it's a beautiful property. They're remodeling it. They got the hot mop working right now. What's going on? And you can see over here in the back. Now, just to let you know, they had this on the market in February as I take you to the backyard. So take a look at this. So you have a view of this soccer field here. And then there's another one behind this field here. Now this field, this backyard belongs to that neighbor, but I don't think that's the neighbor that used to play with Pele. I think it was the one that's behind this soccer field. We'll see if we could see it from the inside of the house. But so if we walk over here, and we take a look, they're actually remodeling the inside.
Yeah, we add a bathroom, master bathroom.
Yeah, so he's saying that they're adding a master bathroom.
Yeah.
Oop, I went the wrong way. It's this way, right? Perfect, thank you. Okay, so you have a view. So I don't want to open this up, but you can actually sit out here and eat like your breakfast and, watch the soccer game, I guess, in your backyard, in the neighbor's backyard. But so there's the first soccer field. You can't see the other soccer field from here, but there's another one behind it. So basically, the situation with this house is they put it on the market in February of last year. They listed it at $5,600,000, and it didn't sell. So the sellers raised the price $100,000 to $5,700,000, and it didn't sell. So they fired their first agent and then hired a second one. And they hired the second one to list it at $5,500,000, and it didn't sell. So they slowly, lowered the price down to $5,275,000, and it didn't sell. And so they ultimately fired that second agent and hired a third agent to sell the property and list it at $5 million even, but it didn't sell. And ultimately they had to lower the price, and it eventually sold for $4,625,000 or $4,675,000. I think it's $4,625,000. So the reason why I say this is not what you want to do as a seller, and no offense, but obviously every seller, they want to get as much as they possibly can for their house, but the way to go about it is not overpricing the house, because when you overprice a house, the only positive thing that could happen is you might get lucky and find that one perfect buyer. But most of the time, what's going to happen is agents are not going to show the property because they're going to view you as an unmotivated seller, and they'll reject the price and they just won't show it. And buyers shopping online are going to miss it because of the preset price ranges that are set up on the home, on third-party major home search sites like Zillow or Redfin or Realtor.com. And if they do find it, they're going to compare it to the other houses that are for sale in that price range and wonder, okay, why is this home overpriced? And then ultimately what that's going to lead to is you're going to have to drop the price multiple times. And when you do that, house eventually, yeah, it'll sell if you lower the price enough, but it'll sell for less than it would have if you just priced the home correctly from the beginning. So my point is, yeah, you want to sell it for as much as you can and get as much as you can, but the road to the highest price is not by overpricing the house. In fact, that's the riskiest thing that you can do. That's the one thing that you can do to pretty much ensure that you're not going to sell it for as much as possible, unless you get absolutely lucky, like I said. So I wanted to share that with you, but this house is absolutely beautiful. Once it's fixed up, obviously it's naked right now. It's totally bare. It's not staged, but when I was in there, when it was staged, I walked through the open house. Absolutely beautiful. The views of the backyard and actually the neighbors' backyards and the soccer field, even though they're not yours, they actually look pretty cool.